TV, it's your girl Jonna. In this video, I'll be talking about what you should do if you get the wrong pitch. So in this video, I'll be covering a topic that I covered over on Periscope, which Periscope is a live streaming app that you can download on your Android or iPhone device, and you can catch me talking live, talking about different subjects and answering your questions right there live. So as a blogger, a lot of times we get the wrong pitch. What I would suggest whenever you get the wrong pitch is to come up with a scripted response that will automatically be in the body of your email when you're responding to something that's just really not for you or you need more information. That way you kind of take your feelings out of it, because yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, you just want to tell the person how stupid they are, and yes, you want to be sarcastic and you want to snap at them. You really do want to do that. So to take all of that out of trying to figure out the words to say without coming off snarky or sarcastic, is to just come up with a beautiful scripted email that you send every single time, and you can adjust accordingly. Put the person's name, put the business or whatever, insert here. But it's very generic. It sounds very positive. And in that way, you always come across positive, because you just never know who you're talking to. That PR person now could be a brand manager later. That PR company that's working with a brand that you don't necessarily want to work with right now could be working with 10 other companies that you may want to work with in the future. But if you respond in a snarky way, you never know how you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you don't want to do that. Definitely come up with a scripted response that can kind of go for anything that you get. That way you don't have to worry about what it is you're going to say when you get that email that you're kind of not really happy with. Now, what does that mean by the wrong pitch? Well, there's 3 different types of wrong pitches that you can get from brands or businesses or even other bloggers. The first is a pitch to attend an event that's either not in the area where you live, or it's not really in your niche. Either the person really didn't do that much research about your blog, or when they came to your blog and they looked at your about section, maybe they didn't get enough details to realize, hey, this isn't a good match for this person. So here's a great way to respond to that type of pitch. First, you just want to regrettably decline. Just let them know that you're so sorry but unfortunately you aren't going to be able to attend the event. If it's not in your area or in your niche, but you know someone else who does live in the area or it is their niche, you can ask the brand that's pitching you, did they mind that you share that information, or if you can give them the contact information for a blogger that you think would be perfect for the job. I always think that that's great to do. Share the wealth, share the love, because for whatever reason, that person may be perfect for it, but maybe that PR for the brand or that brand isn't even aware of them yet. And so pass on the opportunity. Another option is to ask if you can send a correspondent to the event to attend on your behalf. It sounds really fancy and it sounds really professional, but it's a great way to still be able to get that content for your blog without actually having to attend yourself. I've done this. If you guys follow Curls and Mo here on YouTube, she has been a correspondent for me for events that are going on in New York that I can't attend because that's where she's based out of. And it's been a really great help because she's able to make more brand contacts. She's able to also cover the event for her own website. I'm still able to cover the event on my website too. So I usually pitch it back to the brand like, hey, this is a 2-for-1 deal. If I can just send my correspondent who's also a blogger for her own website, you'll kind of get 2 blog posts for the price of 1. And I've never gotten turned down, and she's attended several events for me in my behalf. Another wrong pitch that you might get is when the money is funny. Yes, we as bloggers, we all know about getting that pitch where the money is funny, the money is non-existent, and we really feel like we're at a place where, we should be compensated monetarily for our time. First thing you want to do is be ready to negotiate. Now, how can you be ready to negotiate? Well, one, you have to know what your market value is. what should you be charging? And a lot of bloggers really struggle with that for several reasons. One of which may be you haven't really been blogging enough. You haven't really built up the engagement enough to even be able to see where you are in the marketplace and how much you should be charging based on that, because you're a newer blogger. So that's one thing you have to consider. And another thing is, a lot of times how much bloggers get paid for different campaigns, we're often held to some confidentiality with that. We're not able to disclose that. And so when you maybe ask around, people are not always going to tell you, not because they don't want to tell you, but because contractually they can't tell you how much they're being paid to work on a certain campaign. So you have to be at a place in your blogging career that you really understand the market, you really understand your value, what you can bring to the table besides just I have X amount of followers. You have to be able to show a brand that you deserve to be compensated because you're able to get the brand X amount of return on their investment with engagement, with purchases. You have to be able to show that. Until you're able to do that, it's going to be kind of hard for you to negotiate back and forth with a brand about what the price is that they are offering you. You also have to be ready to say no. If you're going to enter into a negotiation, you have to be ready to walk away if you don't get what it is that you want. If you're not necessarily sure that you're going to walk away, you may want to be careful because a brand might punk you. They might be like, oh, okay, well, we're not going to pay. We don't have a budget for that. And then you're left like with nothing to say. Especially being that there's some other bloggers who may be willing to do it for that price or for free. And then also consider that monetary compensation is not the only currency. Natural Nicole talks about the currency of goodwill. Sometimes it's okay to accept the pitch if it's something that you feel like your audience is going to really appreciate. And then you can use things like affiliate link programs and other things in order to make money off of the content without necessarily getting money from the brand, and still provide your audience with the content that they're interested in. Now, the third type of wrong pitch that you may get is one that's very unclear and very spammy. You know, you can tell it's a generic email. You can tell they probably sent it to 1 million bloggers. It doesn't have your name. It doesn't have your blog name. It has the wrong name. Or sometimes you get an email from a brand and they're really unclear about their expectations. Now, that could be one of two things. It could be just the PR person or the person creating the email just did a crappy job with it. Or it also could be purposely kind of not really saying what it is exactly you want, and then later on they're going to come back and make the demands. I've experienced that as well, where a brand has said, oh, we just kind of want to send you this, and I say okay, and then they email back 3 weeks later like, where's the product review and where's this and where's that, when that was not stated at all in the email. How you want to combat that is just simply ask for clarification. Hey, are you addressing this to me? I'm not really clear if I'm what you're looking for, or this is what you're looking for. Are you expecting a product review, or are you expecting this? To get more clarification exactly what it is that they're looking for. If you're concerned about it being spammy, you can also ask for references and ask for other bloggers that particular person has worked with, if they are included in the email, so you can see their work and see what it is that they're really trying to do. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, if you really like these topics and you want to hear more from me, you want to hear more behind the scenes branding, blogging tips from me, definitely make sure you follow me on Periscope at Naturally Glam TV. Download the app, follow me. You can catch me live, and I'll see you guys in the next video.